Hey Todd, this is Tim with Guard Digital Marketing. So I got this video coming to you as promised here this Wednesday morning. Now, I have the website pulled up, which we'll kind of take a look at here in just a second. I want to start this video out on a Google search page. And what I typed in is roofing company, St. Joseph, Missouri. Now, obviously being very relevant to you, this is a keyword that's going to have tons of buyer intent behind it. Somebody within, your area is looking for a roofing company so that they can provide a service to them. So not everybody's, kind of mind is going to work the same. So I'm going to go ahead and back up one as well. And you can see I've also typed in just roofing St. Joseph, Missouri. And this is going to give me the same, list of companies as before. Now you can rank for these different keywords separately, okay? We just want to get on the first page for as many of these different keywords as possible to increase the overall exposure and leads that you can generate through them. Now, nobody's really running ads up in this area, probably for a good reason. It looks like, for the most part, you're going to be ranking organically. And that's what I'm more interested in as well, because it's the best long-term play for any company. Now, you can do that two options or two ways, through a business profile or through a website. Now we can see through the business profile, being within this top 3 is going to generate you the most because people have to hit less buttons to find you. And then being on the first page, generally within the top 5 is going to be the best, but just getting on the first page in general is always good. And we can see there's actually no true company that's on the first page website wise. It's all directories. You got a Facebook page for Rose Roofing, so maybe that's going to be one, but it's not their actual website. Yellow Pages, Expertise, Home Advisor. The first one that's actually popping up for the website is Hausman Metalworks and Roofing. So I did pull up their website to just do a little comparison in this program that I use just a little later on in the video. So if we just look at something, so I did look at you and find you, let's see here. So you're about halfway through on the first page here. As we saw, I just skipped you. Here we are. So here's your guys. Now, you want to be able to get into that top 3 again, okay? And this is going to be crucial, especially when somebody's typing in, roofing near me or roofing in St. Joseph, Missouri. The roofing near me, you'll be able to collect people, down south of you, generally within a 5 to 10 mile radius. And then for roofing in St. Joseph, you can still pop up for these types of keywords as well for your business profile. So if we talk about a few things right off the bat that are typically going to help most companies, it's going to be first off with your photos. Okay, you guys have a decent amount of photos, but I would be uploading photos into here every single week of whatever is relevant, to you guys doing inspections or, different construction services, roofing, the crews during it, before and after photos, whatever it may be. But the key behind the photos is to make sure that they are geotagged. And by that, I mean the photo or the location where that photo is actually taken is embedded within the actual image itself. And what that'll allow you to do is to spread out your radius as far as you possibly can, or that Google will allow you to, okay? Now, also with the business description or bio section about you guys, make sure you fill this out to an absolute T, okay? There should be 750 characters to fill this out completely. Make sure you do that. And then your reviews, okay? You guys need to make sure you're getting as many great reviews as you possibly can. Make sure they're legit, and make sure that you are actually responding to them, okay? Not some generic response. Make sure you are responding to what the customer had to actually say about you guys, and make sure it's not generalized comment on your end. Once you respond, make sure it's got some character to it, okay? And especially the photos and the reviews, doing those over the course of time is definitely going to help you guys break into this top 3. There's a few other things along the way that you can always do, but revising the description and uploading photos and getting reviews every single week, stuff like that is going to definitely push you guys closer into this top 3. Now, for the website, this is going to be huge as well, because if you physically can't show up somewhere for a business profile just because it's outside of your radius, then you want your website to show up there as well. not only to mention that, but if somebody's seeing your website and your business profile within the top three all on this first page and know their company is doing that, I mean, who else are they going to choose, right? Because a lot of people use Google as a reference point and almost as somebody to refer a company to them for, and that's why they're using Google. So note your company on that first page for the website. So I'm going to use Hosman. So we can tell there's a lot of uh, potential here. Nobody's doing it currently, and directories typically aren't that hard to beat out. We just got to do some digging to find out what's going on. So back over to your website. Let's see, right off the bat, it's not a horrible website. It looks like it's a little bit of an older one. It may be a few years old or something, but it's not the worst looking website. It probably does need some help here, not only aesthetic wise, but definitely content wise as well. Okay, so this is our main piece of content right here. And what content allows us to do is to tell Google exactly what we want to try and rank for, because it's throwing relevant content at our website, but it's also going to hold keywords for us. And those keywords are what people are typing into Google, right? So we want to be able to implement keywords within our content, take the guesswork away from Google and tell them exactly what we're trying to rank for. Okay, and we can do content, or we can put keywords within the actual content. We can put keywords behind images of our website. We can put keywords in the page title. You can see when I'm hovering over the top here. You can put keywords quite a few ways, but you just want to make sure you aren't overstuffing your website with them, because then it can seem very unorganic to Google as well. So generally, you're going to want a bare minimum of 500 words of content, probably up closer to 1,000. Somewhere within there is going to be a good sweet spot for this area. So you definitely need more content on this homepage of your website, and probably your service pages as well. And you would definitely want to build out service pages for each of these to have their own, so that you can rank for these different services in St. Joseph as well. Because if you try and rank for too many things in one page of your website, it's actually going to be counterintuitive and not being able to rank for any of them at all. Okay. Now, I want to go ahead and finish this out on this paid program like I talked about earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and use your website and then Hosman. And right off the bat, these first two numbers here, the 0.4 and the 3.8, these are strength and trust ratings that Google has for your website. And they're ranked out of 100, but typically once you hit a benchmark of 30 and above, you can be considered a pretty powerful website at that point. And you do that by building out backlinks, which is any clickable text or image linking one website to another, and they're all held within these different referring domains. Now, the referring domains are crucial because they need to be as authoritative as you can get. So authoritative meaning they already have strength and trust within Google. Now, moving on to your organic search here, we can see you're indexing for just over 20 keywords, bringing you in right at about 25, 30 traffic per month on average. And I went ahead and I clicked on these keywords, and we can see most of your traffic's coming from Arrowhead Construction. So the company name and then Arrowhead Mow, and both of those are going to have larger search volume than any of the other ones. You have Arrowhead Roofing here as well. But they may not be looking at your company in general exactly. I know there's a company that has Arrowhead within their name in Kansas City as well. So that may be a little bit harder to actually get true leads from. Now, Arrowhead Construction is going to be the closest one to you, so you could possibly get some leads from that one. But again, these people already know about you. You most likely have them in your back pocket anyways. Now, you want to be able to capitalize on people who don't know who they want to use and are using Google as that reference point again. So you have some good St. Joseph roofing keywords within here, as we can see. You're indexing for most of them on that home page, but again, it's not within your content, so Google is really guessing here. And then you haven't really built that strength and trust up with Google, so Google's kind of guessing, and then they don't really trust you, so should they really rank you? They don't know. Okay, so we got to push the narrative forward with Google through that content and then building strength and trust within them. Now I'm going to go over to Hosman. We can tell right off the bat too, their strength and trust is quite low. They're indexing for a few more keywords, but the traffic's nearly the same. And I'm going to go ahead and click on their keywords. Get them to load for me. Okay, so they did populate for me here. Now we can see, he has most of these same keywords that we're talking about, and St. Joseph Roofing has 200 search volume as well, so that may be a keyword you want to index for too. Now, we can again see here, he's not on that first page for any of these either, so he's not really generating traffic. Now, generally, you can get about 10% of this traffic once you get onto that first page on average, depending on where you're at, right? Now, the lower on the page, the less of that 10%, the higher up on that page, more than 10% is what you'll get. 10% is just the average. So, you should be able, if you were get on the first page and really dominate this area, which it looks like a company, Google's just waiting for a company to hit their benchmarks to be able to do that. We're looking at maybe 600 traffic here or 600 volume or so, maybe even a little bit more. So probably, 60 to 80 traffic per month. And from that, you should probably generate at least 25 to 30% of that as leads. So maybe 25, 30 leads per month on average is what you could expect in this area if you got on the first page for most of these. And then, those are organic leads at that point, and those close at typically a 50% ratio or above. So realistically, you could probably get a 10, 15 maybe at the most extra jobs per month on average when it really comes down to it. So, if that's something you guys are looking to get into or just want to know some more information about it and how you could possibly get there, go ahead and reach back out to me. Even if you have any further questions or concerns on this video itself and the information within it, go ahead and reach back out as well. The contact info for me will be down in the email. Other than that, Todd, have a great rest of your day, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks.